Welcome back to a new video. In this video now, we are going to solve simple from Cyberseclabs. The machine is Linux and it's powered on. And here, as you can see, we have approached the end of Cyberseclabs machines. We have solved until far. We have solved from all the way down here. So we still have left a couple of machines. CMS, we have solved that, and then we're going to head over to Challenge Labs. Okay. So simple. All right, let's solve that. So here the nmap scanning has finished, and I have only two ports, 2280. Since we don't have credentials or any given info about the username and password for the SSH, we're gonna enumerate or start enumerating the port 80. Okay, so here once we head to the page, we see a page here. Seems like content management system. The name is made simple. If you scroll down, you see here the version. The version is 224, which is very important for us in order to prepare an exploit that matches that version, right? If we go up, typically when we see a CMS web page, we need to find the admin page, or we seek to find the admin page. So if we type admin, we are redirected to a login page. If we type admin, there is no default credentials, right? So don't try that. And this is kind of, the name is simple, but this machine it's not difficult, but it requires further enumeration than the rest of the machines that we have solved until far. So we're going to rely on the info we have. Let's go back. All right, so since we have the version here, it's going to be possible for us to bypass the authentication. Why? Because we can't find a possible exploit that matches the version. This exploit will have us get rid of this login page. So now we're gonna type clear search exploit -w. Here we're gonna type what was the name. Okay, it's kind of CMS made simple. Oh, so we have many exploits, as you can see, but we need to find one that matches the version, which is this one, SQL injection. How cool is that? So let's find more details about this exploit. So this is the exploit that you will use, guys, to bypass the authentication. So here we have some parameters to change, like the IP of the host, parse add option -url, store. No, actually the URL will be passed by the user, which is us. And here we need a word list, as you can see, to crack the password. Okay, this is cool, and this is Python exploit, Python 2. So it seems that all we have to do here is to provide the URL of the targeted web page, and we're going to provide the user list, right? So here the URL, the word list, and the option --crack. Let's download this. Click on download. All right, now clear cd. Okay. Now the exploit is this one, I guess. 4.6. No. So 4.6. Oh, it is yeah, this one. All right. So here we're gonna run first sudo Python, and here 2, of course, 4.6.6. And then we're going to provide the URL -u. Let's go back. And the URL is this one. Click copy, go back. All right. So here, and the option --crack -w for the word list, and the path to the word list. Rock u.txt. XT. Let's see if this works. Oh, doesn't work. Colored. No module name, turn color. Okay, sudo pip2 install turn color. Seems like I don't have this module. We need to install it. Okay, clear, run. Oh no, run the exploit. Try 1, try 12, 15, 16. Seems like it's working now. I hope this doesn't take some time, so I'm going to pause the video and we'll get back to you once this is finished. Alright, so as you can see, we have cracked the username and password, and now we are able to bypass the login challenge. So here we have the password and we have the username. The username is David and the password is this. So let's copy the password and bypass the authentication. Here, admin, David, submit. Doesn't work. Let's go back, see what's what. Salt for password found, username found, David, email. Maybe it's the email. David at simple.csl. Okay. David at simple.csl. Submit. And this also doesn't work. Is this? I don't think this is the password, but let's try. Yep. What about the space here? No, I don't think so. So no idea here what to do. Let's try again. Yeah, it's copying correctly. And username is David. No luck. Let me try with that. David. Same. Password found. Is this? Oh, Punisher? It didn't came to my mind to check this. David Punisher. Oh, it worked. Okay. So I don't know what is this. Password found. Password. This is the password hash, and this is salt. Yeah, it confused me actually. Okay. So this is the content management system, and we were able to bypass the login authentication. So if you go to content and you click on file manager, as you can see, guys, we can upload our own files. So our purpose here is to browse and upload a PHP web shell. So for that purpose, we can use Pentest Monkey, or we're gonna split horizontally, check on MSF console, and generate a web delivery payload. So search, type, payload, name, web. No? Okay. Exploit. So here, web delivery. Looking for delivery here. Oh, too much actually, right? Okay. So let me exit. I don't like this. Sudo msfvenom -p Linux router reverse TCP. Lhost is going to be, oh, here is PHP, right? Not Linux, PHP. Okay, lhost is our IP. Lport is 45 as we used to use. Lport dash f PHP and payload.php. So what do we have here? Oh, so here we got some problem. So PHP is not acceptable. Is that possible? Yep. So I can't type PHP. It seems like that. Okay. So here we're gonna, instead of PHP here we're gonna type row. All right. Now it worked. So we're gonna, now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna upload that payload. But before uploading the payload, we're gonna need to modify some stuff. Make sure everything is in line. Sudo nano payload. So the IP is correct. Yep. The port. Strings of the client. Okay. Now let's go here. Browse home payload. And where is our payload? Yep. So I remember there was some kind of extension filtering. So extension filtering prevents this. So sudo move. We're gonna change the extension payload.php payload dot something like C. We need something that is acceptable by the web server. So we can type html. Let's try that. No. Go back. Browser html. And this worked. So all we have to do now is to set up the listener and receive the connection. So let's go back. Interpreter clear. Permissive cancel. Use exploit multi-handler set payload PHP interpreter reverse TCP set lhost set lport set auto run script host Windows manage and migrate. Well, let's hope for the best now. Go to, okay, now here we have, I'm gonna go to, need to go to, okay, uploads, right? Simplex and the name of the payload. So here it goes like that. We remove the URL here, we type uploads, the full path of the payload, simplex and payload dot html. So this didn't work. Look, we browsed to the payload, but it hasn't been executed for some reason. Okay. All right. So horizontal, and let's see if we can generate a new one here. So war row. It's going to be P PHP, and here it's going to be something like web shell web shell PHP. Sudo mv web shell p HTML. What about this? All right, browse. So we have that. Now let's navigate. Take the URL, uploads simplex web shell. Seems like we received something, and that is right. So we have received the interpreter session, but we got an error here. Post Windows manage migrate. What was the problem? Simple request. Okay, get UID, and we are David. Now the next step, guys, is to enumerate. Let's drop to shell. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's stick to interpreter then. All right, now for this lab, we're going to enumerate for the binaries that have the suit bit set. So for that, we're going to find dash term dash u equal s, and here we're going to dash type f to let me copy that. Shall. Oh, okay. So these are the binaries that have the suit bit set, and among these binaries we have unmount, ping, mount, systemctl, 8c, g, something new grep. So these are the binaries. The one that worked for me is this one, the systemctl. Where was it? Where was the systemctl? Okay. Now this systemctl is a tool in Linux that controls and manages the Linux services like the web server, the SQL server, the PHP, all of these kind of services. When you host a public-facing server, the systemctl controls these aspects or controls Linux services. So in order, let's see who is the owner of this binary. So ls-la grep. So the owner is root, right? Which means that any user, including the current user we are using right now or we are logged in with, can launch systemctl with root. But how can we use that to leverage root shell? Or how can we use that for our advantage, right? So let's go to a website called, the name was something like GTFO pins. GTFO pins. That is right. And here we look for systemctl. This website allows you to take a look at all the binaries found in Linux and how you can abuse them. So basically here we can, the systemctl, if it has suit bit set, right, it's showing you that you need to create a service file and let systemctl run this service file. So without creating a service file, we won't be able to abuse the systemctl. Okay, so our purpose here, or what we need to do here, we need to create a service file that invokes reverse shell, right? I know this seems complicated, but it's totally not. All we have to do is to understand the syntax of creating a service file in Linux. So this is the syntax, actually everything is clear. And let's use that and create a service file in our local machine, transfer that to remote host, and run it with systemctl. So here we're gonna split horizontal. Okay. Now we're gonna type something like cat root dash sys, and here we're gonna type dot service. Oh, okay. Sudo nano. Here we're going to create the service file. The service file ends with service extension. Now the first thing here, let's put like that. Okay. Now first we type service, and then we put the type of the service. Let's go back and see here. We can put anything here, right? Here, type one shot. Let's type one shot. One shot. And the execution path. All right, so here, what we are going to put here is going to be executed by the service, systemctl, as root, right? So here we need to put something like bash shell. So we go to Hactrix, and we go to shells, Linux. All right, so once this opens, of course, okay, here we have the bash reverse shells. So we can use any one of these, right? Let's grab this one because I have to write this. Let's go back, terminal, and here we go. So right here, we're going to invoke bash shell that connects back to our command and control center, which is our Kali machine in this case. Then bash, and in here dash C, execute, or we paste that. All right. Close the code. Now we change the IPs and the info. So here we're gonna remove that and put 10, it was 10.10.0.7. The port, it's gonna be like 4546. And we are not done yet. So here we have to put the rest of the syntax, remain after exit, yes. We don't need to exit the shell after we execute the service. And here we put install. And finally, wanted by, do we need that? Let's go back and find out. We didn't need this, wanted by something. So wanted by equal, it's going to be multi-user target. Save and exit. Now we're going to launch Python server and http.service server. All right. Now head back to the Linux machine. So we are in HTML uploads. I'm going to head to temp, wget, download the payload or the service file. It was root sys.service root sys.service pwd, and Has it been downloaded? Oh, okay, ls. So we have our service. Now the next step here, guys, we need to let the systemctl launch our own service. But first, let's establish netcat listener. So we're gonna clear this and nc-lvp 4546. Our listener is ready. Now the next step, we execute the service. To do that, we have two things to pay attention to, guys. We need to reload the systemctl, and then we're going to enable systemctl to launch our own service. So first, what we're going to do here in the Linux shell here, right? We're going to type in systemctl daemon reload. Now it's going to reload the service, and after that, after it has been reloaded successfully, we're going to launch this one, right? We can launch that with this service. Okay, so now nothing has been written out to the console. All right, I'm gonna type bin systemctl, and here gonna enable our own service, which is in temp root. What was the name? Root sys service. Doesn't exist. Are you kidding me? Unable to resolve the host address. So wait. Okay, so it has been downloaded. What have we typed here? Temp roots.service. Doesn't exist. Root. Anything wrong we typed? All right. So bin oh, I think there is something wrong here. We need to replace, or we need to put that file or put the service in the service files. So yeah. So basically, this one we're gonna move that. Move cd temp. Yeah. Move this one. We're gonna move it to the dev directory. Dev, and here. Yep. Okay, let's cd there. Dev. So we have this here. Let's now type. We need to put some kind of symbolic link actually. So basically, before we reload the service, let's create a symbolic link. Bin systemctl link dev. So we move the file here. All right. So now we created the link for the service now with the service file. Now let's try to launch this. I hope this works. Bin. Sometimes I try the steps on my own, but when I reproduce the video, nothing works. So systemctl enable now. So here's going to be root service. Oh, it worked. No, not worked. All right, so the first one didn't work, so I paused the video. I corrected changed the name of the service, did some fix on the service. It was the first line. The first line should be capital S, not small s. All right, so basically, let's restart now. Then reload the server, create the symlink link. Service. Now we're gonna enable the service Systemctl to start our own service file as root, of course. And we have our listener listening on the connections. We should be able to get the connection to our command and control server. Now, again, I hope this is gonna work now. Here, enable now x2.service. And yep, so we receive now the connection back. So all left here is for the service to start completely, or for the Systemctl to start our service completely for the connection to our command and control to be in full shape. So type ID here. Oh, okay, so it worked. So here is we are root now. So that actually I like this lab. It has some stuff, some work to do, especially the exploit, the SQL injection, and here it was unique actually to try exploiting a binary like Systemctl, which is a built-in binary in the Linux system, right? But the problem is it has set the suit bits, the suit bit set. I don't like the terminology. The suit bit set, it has been enabled on this as root, and we were able to create a service file that connects back to our own command and control, and we let the Systemctl run our service file, right, which connects back to us as root. Why? Because the Systemctl now runs as root, actually. That's the problem. Never put system binary files such as Systemctl don't enable the suit bit set on these kind of binaries, right? Hope you find this helpful, and see you.